past 1.5 years, I studied Korean a lot. A lot. And today I just want to talk about some things that I noticed about Korean that for me as a foreigner learning Korean, as a German especially, are really unique, that are maybe surprising and really interesting. The first thing I want to talk about is a little word in Korean that may surprise you and you may think, oh, why is it special? But I keep stumbling across that these days and I just really wanted to talk about it because the word has a different feeling and meaning in Korean than in any other language I learned before. And the word is a really tiny cute word. It's just 우리, which basically means our, right? First example is there are the country names, right? Like 독일, 영국, 대한민국. When Koreans speak about their country, Korea, 99% of Koreans don't say 한국에서는, they say 우리나라에서는, 우리나라. Instead of 한국말, 한국어, you can use 우리말, 순우리말, for example. It just has a different feeling, you know. It's just not the name of a country. It's our country. It's the country I belong. And it's not only my country. It's our country, and I really like that about Korean. How they use the word 우리 in daily life. It's just a tiny word, and maybe Koreans don't even notice, but it makes a difference. It makes a connection between the people. It makes the people connect, and it makes the people connect to the country. A beautiful thing. And I think especially these days it's important to keep thinking as a 우리 and not as a I. Second thing, and this is the thing why I said you can probably as a foreigner, maybe even as a Korean person, never finish really studying Korean. Korean is endless in my opinion. First thing is Korea has a lot of words. German is known to be a complicated language, a really expressive language, a poetical language, which it is, but I feel like Korea even has more words than German. One example, really easy. Cooking. In German, kochen. How many words does Korea have to cook something? For example, eggs. I'm cooking eggs. 계란을 삶아요. 국을 끓여요. 요리해요. 3 different words, 3 completely different meanings. In German, it's all the same word. You literally use the same word. Ich koche Eier, ich koche Suppe, ich koche Essen. That's why I say Korean is a really expressive language. And sometimes, because you cannot, cooking is an easy example, you can tell the difference is really easy, but there are a lot of examples as where Korean has a lot more defined little expressions for words that German, for example, does not have. So when I use the translator sometimes, I just don't understand what's the difference. And when I talk to Koreans, they say, oh, why? It's a completely different thing. And I'm like, oh, really? The word that you cannot really translate to German is 간편하다. There is 간단하다, easy. 편하다, comfortable. But combine them and you have 간편하다. A beautiful expression. We don't have it in German. So I'm just, every time I stumble across words like that, I'm just really, wow, like they are so tiny, subtle differences, but they make a big change in the way you speak and think. These days I keep stumbling across another thing that is so hard to a foreigner, but makes Korean so lively and beautiful. So literally expressing sounds or behavior, which for sounds we also used it in German, like the when your heart is beating fast, Koreans say dukun dukun. We have those expressions as well in Germany for sounds, but what we don't have in Germany and what Koreans use a lot, and which was really hard for me to get at the first time, is that Koreans don't only express sounds with those words, but also things you can only see, like sparkling, 반짝반짝. We don't have that in German. We don't say that at all, but it's so common to use in Korea. And so many other words like, what was the famous song going around last year? 꽁꽁 얼어붙은 한강 위로. That 꽁꽁. What's that? We don't have that in German, but that's so, like, it's really amazing for me. And there are so many of them. And the last thing I want to talk about, the part of Korean is so expressive. Korea has so many things to express. Different types of grammar, and again, like the words, the differences are so subtle that it's so hard to get for a foreigner at the beginning. For example, most common one, because. How many ways are there to say because in Korean? 그니까. We have 아서, 어서, 때문에, 느라고, 길래, 가지고. There's so many, and they are all a little bit different. And there are a lot of grammar forms. For example, also, I think so many different ways to express it, which is great. It makes Korean so expressive, which makes you express yourself so well, but it's hard to learn. Really. 2 more things I want to talk about. First, Koreans are really lazy to talk. Koreans may like to talk really short. They like to cut everything out you can cut. Like, for example, in German you have every single part of the sentence, and in German it is really important you really speak every part of the sentence, because if you don't know what's going on. Like in German, for example, you need to say, I am going to the supermarket. In Korean, you don't say I am going to the supermarket. You can just say going to the supermarket. So you don't say I. And that was really hard at the beginning, because as a German, I'm like, who is going to the supermarket? If you just say, 마트에 갔어. Who? You? Your sister? Your uncle? Who went to the supermarket? And the really confusing thing is that a question and the sentence in Korea, they have the same order, like 마트에 갔어. Or if they ask you, did you go to the market? 마트에 갔어? It's the same one, it's just the pronunciation, like the ending. But sometimes when Koreans are lazy and they talk not clearly, I cannot hear it. I sometimes cannot hear when they are mumbling, like 마트 갔어? Did you go? Did I go? What do you want from me? Is it a question? Is it an answer? Like, that's a really basic example. Of course, I can tell the difference now, but Koreans keep doing that, like making things really, really short and sometimes mumbling. So sometimes when I talk to Koreans, I really don't know. Are you asking me a question right now? Do you want me to answer? Or is it your statement? Okay, now the last thing about Korean I really appreciate and I really love is Hangul. Of course, we need to talk about Hangul. I mean, 세종대왕, big thanks to you. You made a great system of writing, and it is a great, great system. Things that can be so frustrating when you learn a language is that when you write something and speak it, it's completely different. Best example, French. They write something, the speaking is so different from the writing, like it doesn't even make any sense sometimes. Also English, a lot of times, Hangul. It's just really amazing. Not only that, what I really, really appreciate is that they write in syllables, and that you write kwa and il, so syllable on syllable, which is so easy to read and so logical. It's great for somebody who studied education, elementary education, where children are learning to read and write. It's perfect. It's a perfect system to learn read and writing. It makes so much sense, and the pronunciation rules make so much sense. So, conclusion. I learned Korean a lot, but I'm still not sick of learning Korean, because every time, like every day, there is something surprising, something new. For me, it's just a really fun language to learn, and I'm really happy that I'm able to learn that language. Now today was a little bit different video, a lot of talking, but while I kept studying last week, I just kept thinking about those things and that how special they are, and if Koreans even know about that. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about it. Yeah, thank you for listening, and see you in the next video.